So, you want me to explain this to you easier? Okay, I'll try. To understand this better, I'll explain why we use money first. Well, money has not always existed. Before there was money, people used to barter for goods. Here is a short example. This is Klaas. He's a farmer. Klaas is interested in buying Michael's horse. Klaas is willing to give Michael 10 kilograms of wood for his new planned stable. Michael is interested in his offer, but wants a higher amount of wood. This shows the problem of barter. Goods have no certain price to them. It's up to discussion how much they are worth. It's also impossible to divide certain goods, like a horse, into 2 or more parts, which is very annoying since you sometimes had to give away more than you wanted because of not being able to divide your goods. And the last problem of barter was that it was based on mutual need, meaning you had to have something that the other person wanted, or you had no chance of trading anyway. Next, what is money? Well, money basically has 3 functions. First of all, it is used to buy and sell goods and services. This solves the problem of the impossibility to divide and even the mutual need, since everyone wants money. Money also has a clear value and is the standard for measuring relative worth of goods and services. This makes it easier to find the right amount to attain your wanted good or service. And lastly, money is comparatively easy to store. It doesn't take a whole lot of space. It is way easier storing 2000 euros rather than storing a horse. In general, there are 7 characteristics money or material used for money has to fulfill. It must be durable, divisible, convenient, consistent, possess value in itself, limited in quantity that is available, and should have a long history of acceptance. Finally, what is the value of money? In order to measure money, one has to account for inflation and deflation. This causes it to be quite difficult to measure money, and thus a market basket is created. The price of the various goods and services in the basket is then compared over time. This results in a price index. In a price index, goods and services are weighted based on the proportion of weekly household expenditure, and thus average prices are created. The value of money can change through various means: inflation, deflation, currency exchange market, and money supply. The European Central Bank is an institution of the European Union that regulates the amount of euros supplied, sets the general interest rates, and does many other money-related things. Money supply can be used in order to affect the value of money. If the supply of money is reduced, banks and moneylenders will find that they have less money to lend to people and firms. This shortage of the supply of money will lead them to charge higher interest rates. Moreover, in order to obtain more money, they will increase the interest rates to attract savers to put money in deposit accounts. If the money supply is higher, the banks will lower the interest rates in order to encourage people and firms to borrow more. More individuals and firms will borrow, thus boosting the aggregate demand and the output of the economy. But if the increase in supply is not calculated properly, it can result in inflation. All these actions will lead to lowering the aggregate demand and the prices will come down. So after we learned all this, it's clear why the money shouldn't be locked away for a long time. Inflation and other circumstances will reduce its value. The interest rate isn't high enough to balance this out, and lastly, it could be used in other ways to make more out of it.